ba na abedwafo nso aba betina se enti ye to aso o mama me yeyi masutiri se birthday ne bia kam ubekumi o sister Mary Boahima awo YPG Calvary congregation say birthday na kam happy birthday nyame nshira na onti nenim encho also for Walter Penti any catechist Emma happy birthday sa ena okay Martin Edu Junior Matkal inti Junior Matkal ene eyewa woda papa ene Daniel Edu Kansa yetai friend Danny Classic or UTV inti Martin o papa Emma wa woda pa o ma otrinkwa obompai se obenyi no aba be opening pa achieve achen said you know wa achieve ana obe achieve. Ti happy birthday to you. Ora opoku mensa wo Grace Baptist sorry e wo Kumase onso mebra Jeff or UTV Kumase Emma happy birthday. Okay obia edinidi area ye de radiase mame ena Azel Vogue ase say enenso Azel. In fact over the weekend intadi amisheyi nyina na Azel nesano efe intina makancho se wo kokwan occasion bia no contact Azel medasi papa na friend 0244 155 266 emani meme nyina untadi shimdi sorted wohwene die yet saying very beautiful Azel for you utimi ni so die dihe mama ane medofo zita eni ebusuafo no reta ne squad no omo wa abotre eni mina dane na obehwe fine kama pa Z Nails and Beauty so uko new shop one time onche o yeso afefe uko cosmetics honso obeche ode yema o skin scrub ebeboa na uko kintezini nso dia wahye designs no na ura hair hodia eni na chese baby ewu ama odi ekoho keke it is a whole city a beauty city inti Z Nails and Beauty friend 055 3837201 055 3837201 or Spectres Kotobabi Ecobank Echihwa pay and pay still special thanks to Hilda Grant Akosia Mankwa Bunso Philip Abutiate of Asasi Radio Sapon Ajiman Comfort Aku Saka Uneomame Munyina Memamu good morning and a big thank you and Mr. Reginald Ashite of Blue Skies. Thank you so much, Reggie. I am very grateful. And my lovely auntie, sweet Auntie Mimi of FDA. Thank you, sweet 16. And answer there. Now you were glowing like that. And Bradams of Neat Foods. Thank you all for the love. Nyamishramu papa. So abedwafo atena sie mienu aba akaba akọ enti ye miensa na mienu aba de a ye doso ya form korum enti ye sha asia enono ye hopi se bakọ awaka no ebeba abeka ye ho enra mampani ehia majority and minority enye omu nyina se 200 ayan no mpanimfo da won ano enti on beka leadership of the house na oni wo mu kobo nkomoyi KSL to force minority leader say eye de na fa oman no empuntu ehon say we any de din kan ana ebiasida ete amanyofo no sen snakes na osi wotnet ni amem wotnet ni mu aka che adwumayefo say oh enye say ye sorry ya na ye de ye chefa ewo snake hotels to say Miami La Palm Royal Beach Hotel Sunday yomu ye lunch ma me hwe me fe ewo Ghanaian village o kamei ene Busia Beach ene Rage Royal ene Elmina Beach Resort ye de Emma Rock City na adenya ye say ye beden ye hwe ne SEO ye hwe obi mu a investor obetumi de ne dwetira bechem na watimi aboa na omo baaye no Rock City for na ebetumi aye ne ye nti ne de ma omo ana ye de chefa 60% ema omo nti monti ase sa adwuma for nso enkabom ko no TUC led by Secretary General Dr. Yauba omo se mamu famo chaskele senate munya sa na adwuma na sem no na mo anyi obi anto amane se Minister of Agric na mo to amane sa na Daily Post ekoti se eno kra no monti ase ne se pe obi be ko pension ama ne sika sema koye basa senate koye investment awa boka wo betutu ni amayi no wo koton de ama amanwini no na omo se omo nti ase nti ye be discuss na Dr. Baumia o say ono se oye drivers meet so oye VIP policies makoma ko 33 no wosusu di ama ne president ama odi aba nti owura Mahama emfa ne de ba ko pe say emfa emra nti waje responsibility atum sa so die dane so ana se afedi onye running mate onye drivers mate no ebiem ebekoso na Ura Mahama say me I will deal ruthlessly with corrupt appointees say osamba biemu a omo be formo nyom be ye adwuma no de obeye dwirim ne kanana ne frakadam no oni ne bedi ne nyonyo enye se de kan ye nim so oji se opposition for ne tatai wo mu no ono so amanfo si papa swamine menyi bi ma nye swamine menyi bi ma time no awo ho no oye ne sen na ne amfe na obeka brofo akese enti eno so obeka ho asem OSP and the controller and the accountant general to maka boom ghost names and samandin way are different from their every Dr. Baumia ekacha is oh national service any another institution cry or must save inska because of digitization into any said digitization we and as a controller new OSP and come more oh and can you so million enka ehwia kwani baby crisis school ni ho nanso yes school ni wo ho onu mu gi akatua hwamu na validate ma omo ense bi omo ne management no a mo mai kanana no ma validate bi onso ayi bia baby first na nipa ne wo no na wakọ se validate mami no mo so validate aman nkofo no so kura bi kura wu ampa mo ye nsamafo ampa mo nti ase omo nyina gi akatua nti enu so ibedi eho enkomo yawa sanita no a political analyst and George Krobia Asante Deputy National Communications Director ema NPP CNPP amanyoko na anopei yeni no omo ehase hoping say NDC rep no ebeba brothers me mamo akwaba na mo ho te sei me abo nsho ko atade na efe me da si aze on sa no
me nam kan kamenya asem
so hygiene George aze on sa no me da si pa thank you so also de na efe we dey see blue on we see blue na efe George nso de wa hye no political suit George says say nka uko DDC bi pa nza time ya so
o be kai ma horo sem kesi
aden
this is me ko bi
oh really
the leak reporter by me kura na me din wo ma de ma me a
oh sorry
me kuro mu hene ada edi be basatide no me kuro mu hene ekum ponche be 5 me sana hene wo idome me mate fo ni ade ya wo fufu adi edi ni beto for my word dodge ti ma wo se mentam kese pa
George me sha me keke me hwe o dress no oh me hwe o dress
obi no for bia oba mo bra
kwa no political suit fatao
mentam kese
na mse George kadisi be fatao
mentam kese
ye kusa sadia manka ni ye bra
atrankonya wo ayi brimu ni ubenya asema no pe because na me your darling boy
mo kafra dakro ebebe
ono nyame mre na mepa
vision ne de wo for appointed
time me hu ana mani age se de ofakan na
azanko a George Krobia
se de wa hwe ho so ye no ama wa ho fe no watalish like sister ya no pe o great ankasa
me da se yesimi adweso why ento aso emfami twemu nkote simi adweso ofaya ya ne sawie no and then fashion ma won see we 4 solid issues would be fufu bi about be set time ne pe memo anso anhye met every time nti yenko Emra president e share parliamentarians
say na da bia yo na ya otifi metem
mentem fi mu bia
because some maybe na bi ha
enka hwe yenko wo ye bibia me do be kwa koma agbesi na mu kra me hwehwe na kye no
hwe na fa me ho nti menka
za
obi abu ma fa so obi ya me frakadam communicators me no mo na mo ya ba ko
den
waje obi 20,000 with the pretext of securing scholarship for her oje
na den no wa ma wo wonim se wo na one kafa enam
se enunti ena obi afre me a scholarship na me se papa no me no chese me ni sa twa kan se madam for my friend so
ni din na wo de ye o
yes and I will not even dare say me college scholarship am obi nti obi a ono was a party no oba say me hwe scholarship man na am say me so I can't do it and obi a ne ba program so we easy kura otumi aye na we chere lectures nkrofo aye bia ma through scholarship secretariat
I see
and abrantie ma ni nua ba e transfer ska me catch them categorically say no first can into account mum and also on account no there was something wrong or whatever it is your mom farm account me boni am ye yan or the two ye koyi ska ma you ya 1 year twem this microphone nam airton scholarship at the blind side of the secretariat and omo jiji microphone sika at the blind side of the secretariat at the end of the day on bekan secretariat no mum and na e dey ho e di dream but I have sent that gentleman a text say by the close of last Friday one first can number and then I will start next week. I'll mention his name.
Okay.
I'll mention his name and he should be very careful.
What kind
20,000 is capital. It's like watch your besi dada. Watch your piece one bone Judith. So if for me chairman na match na okojem man kokojam brother Ted. So he train man na won kwaso. Topic here Adekye dey. It's a very short and simple.
All right.
Because Omanka my details be almost say they met on national interest me boy.
Yes.
Into no details about whatever it is that they discussed. I only want to believe say Omoko be the news you call it. Said the bear e could be say
the internal analyst so ya we mischievous sir.
It's not mischievous na ye ka. Say ya.
No
We dear say and somehow to see how could be a one pomu how do you say or pomodin until from now to a certain period of time where the baby told one kasawasem and not to only them but to us communicators as well things are not easy on the ground. Fine, they have gone to meet almost more discussing issues of national interest regards I'm sure say development there him be crobia the being pa na see and baby ya could do a cast 7 months or so and na e betume dia be ka de oho yihu amaya ka say
we say omo up to January 7th.
Oh, sister na your friend they will na ba no kura say ya 7 years atwam bosom yensam abegu so ene akire bosom enum kurapo enti ye hwe sa development no mo de be ka ho
fan na ka bon say 2 minutes kura timi de go ba
ene san kan Ghana ya you. I know say even 1 month can change the destiny of this country but enya de ombe
I see.
Well I may not want to say MPP nko but then the current MPP under Nana Danko Akufo-Addo has not only destroyed the party but has destroyed the nation as well. Me party no asem na eme ya awo ja ne hwako enkrofo nya adwuma anye ye kokan ya so mo ye dede na wo ma wo appointment ni ntia ampa so wa mo appointment no nti omugo so be dede be de na kro bia be ya ni DC you understand di omugo kan wo ho no I would have loved say omo de be to abonten na yen taxpayers and say yen omamufo no yen so ye be hu say na moko kan na ye critique ya ye hu the way ye be kan fa but omo so yi de and ye hwe omo baby omo de ye be fa no ye will also follow but bibi ametia no pay on your sister station Nit FM efa recruitment into the your friend is saying the security agencies say ama NPP MPs 30 slot to recruit and they called the interior minister Ura Henry Kote. He appeared to be rubbishing it but that's the order of the day. For some time now recruitment is done by MPs and ministers. A Juma Kra a state institution to say security agency, you have to pay money. The whole world, Ghana pay na many who bisa. sɛ wokɔpɛ adwuma ɛwɔ aba adwuma mu a gye sɛ wosan tua sika ansa na yafa wo. And Henry Kote, you are saying that it's not true. Meanwhile, just about a month ago, General Police Headquarters, I can say you will do special recommendations. Special recommendations, say Interior Minister never you. The various police heads at the various regions and on their special recommendations. Now, the way of can so only IGP Akasa. Now we have the demeanor of IGP sitting there and the demeanor of Henry Kote. It means that there is something cooking, and we must be very careful.
Thank you. Okay, nti NDC rep no aba minyi nche quick na yema bra George Krobi Asante, and so enfa ne thoughts on this first issue. Parliament minority and majority leaders co-chair president no Peter Mensah NDC communication team member Peter Kwaba
Zaya bejo so
yenko echi first topic anu abetisi George yenko
Yosta ya medase we de mesro na mama we minua Dr. Dominic Edua.
Okay.
Executive Director for GMPC Foundation. Okay. Na woda.
Nana Kwame Pasco.
Nti Dr. Dominic Edua me gidi se wo hwe UTV anopai. Uni akrobia me ma woda pa. Onyame ntonkwanam na onye okese ontra wa hiem. Omo apomdin enyini a apomdin wom. Na koso a di dwuma som Ghana. Abranti ba GMPC Foundation yenyina ya homo adwuma a wo ye.
At your birthday now, so
Tino, sir, at least me celebrating Kakrabi. Tino, Dominic, and Eddie, me share that celebrate with UTV. Next year, na mensana, on say, oh, my penina be the actually, Edina Port Bonaco, is 3 months, and I said, Northern Ghana.
Okay.
The 5 Northern region. Me fa kwanya kesi, so na madana, na no matrankunyani, Adekye, war Savannah, North East, Northern region, Upper East, and Upper West, Ase. Yedo mase papa ewo a quite special almost fast so they welcome me the next president of the Republic of Ghana Yewura Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia yenim say oye de share ofri ho yenim say omo ba omo na omo de nyina no but omo agina ma na abro ya adwene ne yente ase so che say na efe keke ba bi biara Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ewura ye bia no nanom di ne ho adanse e kan hiransem gu ne so e pledge omo support e de ma no. Na the Ebekane say the people of Northern region, the 5 regions ni nyina no. MPP abusuakuo no edamase. Ewo efelso amodeji Yewura Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Na sister ya enenso dwumadi kese bi bekoso. Wadaro mai bia minim so watia. Yewura Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia bo hye bia wo hye yenuanom kayayefo. Enne ebo awia 1 o'clock ana donko a Madina Social Welfare Center hona training center hona Yewura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ebe commission edan akese hostels bia o kan say obesia makaya yefo mienu ba ko Ashama ba ko Madina ye be pa hontoma ye wia ye pa ye serve the program bi by friend Kaya empowerment program and also obe launch ye be tete Kaya yefo mako 5,000 na ye yoma free street so ni amom nsa no nyuma papa ebe ma o mabrabo omadwodwom na omo so abrabo so atimi abamfa so pa ama omo abusuafo ne omo ankasa omo ene sa dwumadie ne bekoso dwumadie kese na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de ala eni nyankopon ankasa ne behira no odwene mobrohufo wa kire pefi se emponya mefro ba nua ne kura no. This is what he is doing for the people of this country, especially Kaya yefo no ne no ye Kaya ye ni na utiemi a bo anan na bra Madina ho because ene ye moda kese a ade a mahwe animu ache de na mo na anwene ho na mo asusu no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia mana akoso ene ye pa ho ntoma wi ebedi ho nkomo star ya me gidi se mo reps ebe wo ho na ya hwe na dan kwa Akufo-Addo asia majority leadership any minority leadership in parliament mewa great. And this let's also put on record that this is not the first time Nana Addo be a president we share omo.
Okay.
It's a man you be arguing himself I can't know if I say are too late. No. From time to time Nana Addo to me invite leadership. E share omo dwendwene o man no ho. Na clearly no Nana Addo dan kwa Akufo-Addo actually prefer say ye ka say ye bu o man democracy. Ye de kabima minka bi e bu o man. Na o man na ye bu no ye nyina na obetimi ye beji obi adwena Nana Addo demonstrate say or ye president onye dictator onye autocratic and what kabima min kabi ase even no the course of parliament any tension of parliament obia Ghana ni bia nim the course of parliament in this time but Nanado as a father na bamumui Nanado as a father and see na adwene pise obeyi minority for na free ne hihye mu na wabuni man ofiri say consensus parliament and as a consensus government anytime bia Nanado a person wey bibi bia no or widen the consensus no and as or consensus or consult widely na what you be adwene empo the decision ni kra ba na Ghana for dodo na so ayen kra e wo form asabi ye nim ra sebedwom but Nanado the decision ba and a policy ba na sister ya me kwa hwe akwafo ya yen sebi nka yen ye wo form ye ka bi na Nanado hu se dom dodo na ni abonwo ni ode ba ne so a isa so di Ghana fo ni nti otibisa konachi na watwe asensan that is the kind of leader
decision say na policy say na eba of minority ni majority leadership ni omotina say
ye nim kra no Nanado ba ya so the towing levy by Ghana for dodo na kasafa ho no watwe sensan na nsan ya emission tax eba Ghana for dodo na dey so mo na nya adwene no watwe sensan
but only leadership ni share ya na
I know I cannot say for a fact
say levy say na sabre ni leadership anu dem minority fo yi kan enye but anti so wo share wo mo de wo kan nti na ma me
a good question I will say valid the me can say it is on record this is not the first time Nanado as president engage leadership in parliament
wait also saying
what I share home and then share any nakra na obo ho dawru sometimes depending on the nature of engagement no bi okra na they don't even announce it but obi a wo tie me oh yes I say bi ye need aban na chi and na minim say yen papa Haruna Idrisu time ono anka say hwe anopa ya obaji atum pefe say na dan kwakufu ado tane leadership edwendwene nsem bebre ho but sense mu we no aba bontinti na yedi hu nkomo I will personally say it is on point very good for this country sebi in previous o man no Ghana ye nyina ye dia Ghana ye nyina ye dia na yenya father bia ono no ye father for all figure na dan kwakufu ado no da bia me ka say o pese wo hu akufu ado yiye pa hwekwan of aso ye ne niam as president to the extent say sometimes sister ya yankasa MPP for ni because sometimes ye a president need to be an issue recruitment be because we are the online why do they do online applications because online will offer every Ghanaian the opportunity to be part of it. It's yet that some of us would have even wished to send Kebene manual but inside said another Danko Akufo-Addo represented the entire nation. Now we are father for all. Now on person obe discriminating into no. Akufo-Addo amamu by oni yero Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia. Every single recruitment be aye no kroma bia no. Ye no through online application. And online no the air kan nyina say obia o person or ye part of the ade no say adwuma ne ye fa obia o person ye part of adwuma e wa kwanya say o register ne ye fa no. Eye me nwanwa say ene offer fall for the propaganda. You know minority for the ababeto system no say any no MPP parliamentary candidate be a man 30 slot bay enye nwanwa say ayi video bi a circulate me say ya hu bia ona bo afanyo mark so say ato 30 aden okay say ya no kro obi say entisa all right I can speak on authority say there has never been any such slot to be for any MPP parliamentary candidate. And if Honorable Atufo and I want to challenge him, if officer now say na work and we nyina so a on tro na my investigation na yen hu enokure wom saa time na ye betu futuro gu nkrofo ani ye be kan sema kese de gu nkrofo hu fi no ye twabo ho etime ka kire Ghana ni bia say enye nokure da ye ma yen pieces any slot bia Ghana Police Service and the recruitment Ghana army for do so monso your recruitment omo na yom the modalities of the recruitment ne ba Ghana ni bia qualify bia no koto forms wa ko online wa apply utire ya ne afaw wa ko body selection ene sa ne mani nyina
French said ya wo kanu Ghana for na oni omo kasa o krofo a omo ko tuetue sika ansa ne ya fa omo omo a omo kosan lie omo ni momo ho omo di protocol eko ti say dia wo kan ni die say wo kan say o enye ye pe ni ye ya Ghana ni ni ti echi obeti what but to say ye frenching
no me nim no ne say me de mimi ni no say police ebe fe ni po advertise ana meboa e wo daily simu omo advertise we a omo kire ba bia okopɛ form ni bia ta obenya we omo kire say body screening omo selection criteria o say one qualify na say ya sunyane NDC ni bia eye youth employment agency for as I de buy carpentry and artisan a model de buy or NDC nipo or a police station or one of the NDC functional executive or the kind of professor or NDC or that video was trending but no nim so all kono kranian fa no but or apply no when ya ama benefiter other Ghanaians enya no so as a Ghanaian when ya bi e mo be bo MPP ni waye abaso
no problem Ghana for na na be
Ghana for say no nim say recruitment no emuda ho enya no kure so da say ya the amaye parliament
Peter Mintie or president meeting na only majority ni minority for ye
Sister Yamadas yemfa kwan so yencha Ghana for wajebre na woti wa fidi na so wo hwe fidi kasie ya de nchia no efiri yewra John Dramani Mahama asuyeye ene ye maame professor Jena na opoku ajeman ede ma Ghana for nyina no kwasem ni yewra Mahama se Ghana for woni mo haw hu apelisi a mosie aho kire a ye nyina ye wo mu sisi a aban di abeto ye so na saa ya wo mu nyina no aban na asabio nko mbedwene ye ho no mo nwene ye ho de saa ye wo mu ne se omumu ye nsa nka ho enti sabio uti o mo nkasa ye mu a enkame aye se o mo kasa ase amahu grobisfuo so bi na o mo ne o mo kasa Yewra John Mahama say mon kama koma ntomo yem yesi achia emu ye chen abebuo nyina na mere kakra wo ye nimu a ebe boso menson yi no ye nyina ye nka ye humbom asoman na enhyehyeye a ode gu akwan mu ne titru ye 24 hour economy a ebe sesa oman no kana fo munya gidie e wo sa policy yi mo na wonim se wo ye NDC ni wo ye MPP ni wo ye CPP ni even po MPP party members ya monim se maban wadi ehwamo bo hye ne nsem de wa o mo ka kire ya nya no ne ehu Yewra Mahama say mon kama komantom yem onim haw no monim na dwuma o ye emre atwam ono so so ye adwuma na oni Ghana fo nyina na eye and nti na o say let's build the Ghana we want together and Yewra Mahama say o man na ye nyina ye pe no nya no ne ehu but obese say mon ka no ho na ye nya no mugidi ento abama na December 7th na o man na ye pe no ye nyina ye nkambom ne nkyekere enam sa yo so sister ya enura yi one asofofuo empanifuo kuo wo man mu edi ehyiamu na ehyiamu no eye sonkoso a oma asofofuo empanifuo wo man mu ha ene nsode ahodo wo man mu ha eti ase se ono as former president ya or the flag bearer for the NDC party no oni madwuma so a asofofuo ene ansore eye wo krom ha ena woni mu mfaso de pa wo mode ma oman no na so oman ne betimi atumpo akonanim a saa asafo yi ni asofo mpanifuo ekuyi ehwehia se ye nyina ye beye baako ebe ekroye na ye de yakoma ne ye adwe nyina atai oman ne hihye a siramre nyina wo mu se ye kwa akoto oba December 7th na sabio nyame ya adom a yato aba ewo asomdwe kwa so ne asesa ban no as flag bearer of the NDC ne de o hye asofofuo mpanifo ne asafo ma ewo Ghana nyina abose woni Ghana asafofo be yadwuma woni Ghana asorefo be yadwuma ne nyina ya ka bom na amradonkodonko a Ghana sisi a nyina ewo mu a ye mpe no yatumi ayi ho afrem enti no kwasem ni eyade a na eye pani behwe asofofo no so Yewra Duncan Williams edi animu no so de omado di nsam atudwa no kwasem na eyade a efe enti Yewra John Mahama ese yen kanche Ghana ni a wo hwem ya no pei se nyame ya adom a munye ne mugidie sede nyuma pawo ye twam no na ba bia omode oman na kwakodu sisi a ye nyina ye ninje ho no yen kambom na yen kyekere saa oman na ye nyina ye pe no together menchia menua no na Yewra Kufuado de sanhia mudie ya wo free ye sister ya na wankasa wo bisa menu ya crop ya se na ne niam ahodo bi a waye adwatwam na otonsa frem penifo na na isi se wunya leader sabio onyo consultative de bia oman no ebechia na oman ne chia sanse onu no hu ni sabio mpenifo se nyansa we na nkeni ba akofo tiremu no onne ono ne group no kwa no munim se oman ne nyansa no ekura wonne enti no se oman no etochema awo ba bia yewura gufo ado be consult other stakeholders ebetimi aboa me akekere oman ne yie no yewura gufo ado da bi enti at the end of the day obebusa won se ebre ya aka boso me enso yi na yewura gufo ado wone na pamfo apapa oma sese obunkuku ni omokeka na omafiri amamu no so no saa meeting yi aso ebotaye mempa na wo saa meeting ne so ni nyina na se afei na waba realization se saa ye friend say ministry appointment ya o ye ono ankasa ko putting clause on the bill parliament adekoto nanim eye anti LGBT kyobi ya wode ko omode beto nanim so nkwaja ye de saa bill ba ye nya approval ayewa kufu ade tro let come parliament say obi di asema ko court ntima mo mfamma emnam saa yo so ma parliament susu gina so say so si obi di asema ko court enti no yen bill aye de bro no me yen mfamma de wo susu ministers ya wa de wa power mo no ye so yen den ya approve omo enti no at the end of the day tit for tat arrangement saa de ne pusu ye wa kufu adman say say power bi o baby in this engagement we no ne cover ba ni nyina ne said to me kakra power parliament kire no our power na ministers ya omo hold you say no we will not approve your ministers.
Are you saying said you see Friday no mo buy na
yes.
Workout be money and
no sanya mani nyina I don't know push you we akufuado amana
say but George so ka say we your first time
I will share o say we bisa no want
to
very sister ya krom hari o krom hari nyina wo ye we akufuado is known as obi a ono anya consultative when it come to engaging other key stakeholders in the governance system na yamfa at least empuntio pa ene hihye pa yemfa solution ya beboa na Ghana fo na ye hwan han ye ene policies awodo de ba ye na obi esuso wa sa de we de ye nka ye nye reform wo ha ye nye nsa kira wa ha kakra ni ya ka ye wa kufa do ntie on de hun ye ntie obi amamu no ene we enti we say no ye tumi a parliament fo kira ne say ye wotumi sa wo ye hu tintin president ya ye be kira say ye nso parliament we are the second force. So now you are the executive arm of government. Yes, so you are legislative, and I believe say, your democracy no, baby, I do know, very very important. Say this kind of parliament, yenya ewo ya membu no. Actually, MBB say, ye kwa nim asomai no. Si yenya a parliamentary system one, the speaker of parliament, and the ofri abemu and I said the ruling government no a representative and the speaker of parliament ya e boama the strength of parliament no and I said parliament ya ho den no etimi eden edimu and this yewra abangbabin and na pound for more parliament and kire yewra kufu ado tumi kakra and kasa engagement ya meeting ya kozui and ko mo ma ana sa hang the parliament na ye ka say 137 ya and they wo kra de ba ko afri mo no sa hihye we mu nyina no eno susu pusu aban ne ma aban no ehu bi ato aban ne so ama ye wura kufu ado hu say tumi bi wo baabi enti sa ne ama we mu nyina no eboa ama ye democracy ne demo ba ye wura kufu ado na nkasa de enkanye sa bibi ya pusu no a sister ya jai.
Thank you. Facebook Live making Kaima Jinche no kakra dia mamo. Sea Blue sister ya cost of living is killing us in Ghana. Adekye Kuma Dr. Bomia said Ghana card and digitalization has removed ghost names. Is it true? Asembe badabi wallahi. And then Hail Selassie patriotic voices go. So if Ghanaians want to continue enjoying free SHS education, peace and security, better economic policies, let's vote again for NPP party and Dr. Baomia. Then Kwame Nasiditia Fatrensia NPP government led by President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia is recruiting NPP thugs into our security sectors. It's clear indication of the NPP manipulation or the NPP desire to manipulate the outcome of election 2024. The NPP government has failed to create equal opportunity for all the Ghanaian youth. Alhaji Aminu says Mahama and the NDC have schooled their members not to accept the fact that suddenly pandemic is the cause of the world recession. British Prime Minister acknowledged that in the House of Commons. His Excellency Nana Addo has done very well. Dr. Bawumia is coming to continue, and that's Alhaji Aminu there. Try God Walato Lighty. If I should ask the government communicator in the studio there, no, is he talking about Nana Addo and the Bawumia that we all know in this country called Ghana, or is he talking about some different Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia somewhere? Lillian Akosua-Abedi, Lord have mercy. It really takes greater grace to listen to the NPP communicators defending the indefensible. Let me see. Full circle. What is all these lies about? So the NPP guy, you know, what do you think about the topic? Don't attack him. Kwesi Bold, this also attack. So Kwesi, I escape yours. Nana Kwame Opasco, as we reflect on what has been done under the Nana Bawumia administration, we are optimistic of the future in breaking the 8. Okay. Then Efo Kofi Kennedy, waste of everybody's time. Akufo-Addo has been so arrogant and despotic throughout the last 7 years. Now that he's destroyed the country beyond repairs, he's trying to do damage control. And Nasco Fufu says, market women are happy to welcome Dr. Bawumia at WA. Okay, so the market women were happy to welcome Dr. Bawumia at WA. Bawumia to us. George, Snake setting the record straight. The Intiomoton 60% of their stake ever hotels by for Mudiama Rock City Hotel. No, Ejuma for organized labor said no. We will stop this sale of Snake shares in 4 hotels to Brian Echampon. So why a government appointee?
Okay, so that is the problem here.
Yes. Yes, George.
Forgive me with a quick one.
No.
This is the first time. The catcher said it's not the first time.
Okay.
On 16th March 2020, Nana Addo met with leadership of parliament. He can cross-check. On the 11th March 2021, Akufo-Addo again met with leadership of parliament. So some of these things, ayana ye can, ye moye sirimunka, because ye niye kan, ena ye baha ye kan. On the issue of SNET, and the decision to say almost 60% of shares almost 4 hotels mu almost person almost turn almost and diversify almost raise capital the support to pension scheme ne other business portfolios. No, personally, this is not the first time class anima we see. Ayana is really surprising. Say, enenu NDC for no. Bibia abanwebe bia no, they want to find a way to try to bastardize it. It's very unfortunate. The fact that your opposition party didn't say the abanwebe bia no, I was say okan was. This say yeti krumha. This is not the first time.
I am okan krumha na e ha me kakra.
Yeti omaimu. Okay.
Okan krumha na che say bi akra ya ye wo but
sister,
you sure say na more referring to mining na.
Yeah, you are right on that. This is not the first time such a step. Even businesses, Jumaku, it me diversify. Sometimes business say, okay, me flow to shells of a certain percent. Now they are raising, they will be different recapitalization. They are raising SCA. Now they are expanding, and I say they are investing in another business portfolio. And BB. It's not the first time. Under His Excellency former President Jerry John ABC Ukrumha. Omano catering rest houses be brewa ye diversify uko sunyani kitchen rest house ye de ma NDC ni non NDC person your friend Mr. Oti Yeboah. That time nobody came to say you're wrong because a part of business practice uko Kumasi kitchen rest house ye de ma NDC ni your friend Mr. J Stanley Usu. Now we're an active NDC member, so there's always a precedent to some of these things. Hold on.
So NDC Diana Edema Omono na a year. Is NDC your yardstick?
Not even a yardstick. I am not even, sister. I'm not even looking
you
at it.
You as NPP as a political party and a government in power.
I perfectly understand.
NDC yardstick na.
It's never a yardstick. You see.
So then Tina more compare more to the one that was performing abysmal.
The point I want to establish here is that in business, businesses it me flirtatious. Businesses it me diversify. That is the first point I want to make. So sometimes business be on a ye pesika dia share human man ye pesika dia expansion ye pesika dia ko invest in another business portfolio. Business in case okay 100% shares no ye flow to 40%. Manchester United, Chelsea, all over the world. This is a practice. A business is a practice.
But in Ghana from PNDC time no can me the question about.
Oh, no problem.
PNDC time no more yes diversification and diversity. Would you say Abua Ghana fast so ben na Kwame Nkrumah nyuma ahodo no a munyina parties no in fact this Fourth Republic party bi obabi a pekwan bi so no diversify and now I diversity channel moye no for the past 30 years no beka say ampa ye diversify sa adwuma we
a very brilliant question sister Yai. So now as a country you betimi aye sa conversation you betimi this common say you diversify and what has been the impact but the hypocrisy in it na person me expose. And the Kromha, yeah, political party or buy will diversify a lot of state-owned enterprises, and can this the only locals to even talk about it because I'm gonna be implementing an act I found diversity implementation act. I will Kromha, or between state companies near the. I know you're stick. The point I'm making is a business is to me diversify, business is to me flirtatious. Now the question here again is it because Honorable Brian Champon Ghana Niana? That is the question. It is like
let me ask a question to a question.
Now we time now.
Sure say oye Ghana ninti na okuje to ne ma ehun ye because enura insight mu na eni mado kenkan enti na mu raise alarm and because Osha Daily Poster ejuma for no concern say why the minister of state why government appointee into a businessman and oye Ghana ni na problem and I say obi a owa aban mu dada morally
thank you very much. You see Honorable Brian Champon obi anim the kind of businesses are running and here kasa okroma Rock City is one of the biggest hotels we have in this country and even on the continent of Africa. True of us. It's true. Now another question I was saying Kibusa said Brana Champon Rock City Hotel now because in law the business entity is an independent body from the person and I'm a boss I own our law. Maybe you're a student of law. This is a company law.
Thank God you said maybe I am not.
Okay, fine.
Let's continue.
A business is an independent entity. So business is different from the person John Brian Champon. Rock City is different from Brian Champon.
Is Brian a businessman or a politician?
Both. Or you're both.
I didn't on stick it to back. So who a politician? Now who yes our business say why won't a man for raise concern say conflict of interest?
That is fine.
So on a yaw a investor no the kotoho. Nas net senior minister back. And as I say, you're director general. Na say Brian Champon bid ebedawa. Osha ebekose.
Mo. So our question is in the Ubusani. I love it. One said they gave reason, and Osha Sanko Modiya, and you could get to the it started somewhere 2018. The first advert expression of interest was done in 2018, both in the Daily Graphic and Ghanaian Times.
Okujo to kind in a snake set record straight in or more catcher will crusading guide. We say, oh, I didn't hear shots here 2018.
Good.
Yeah.
So no, so businesses, name my businesses, and you the Bible.
All right.
It's a company be craft floating shares, maybe a winning meaning.
But SNET a public entity.
But that is why they advertise. So far, nobody has questions. Says SNET and follow procurement law biao. That's what
Okuja to consent and an petition to Shraj, you know, can you say processes now?
But Snake has come to explain. So Okuja to is alleging. Until there will be a determination by Shraj or any competent body almost surgery, almost that power to do that. Whatever they are saying is mere allegations. And Okuja to I respect his opinion. Or a Ghanaian or a member of parliament, he feels so. Bibi Ekosuni was so a petition Shraj. Yen China Shraj in for determination, and as on for ruling. But the point I want to raise here is that everybody, Ghanaian or who Brian Champion is, and everybody, Ghanaian or who say a Nekromha, won't mean county hotels me no Kromha, Ubei or Maimuha, Ubei Rock City Hotel, Afrim. It's one of
you are sure that Ghana Nibia the Obun Kurubunin himself astute businessman, astute politician, it is okay. So
I said, oh mommy I mean I'll be able to put that together. Unless so catch him say appeal once I mean
and flow the overflow but
the best I make any say say Okuja to raise concerns. Okay. So raise concerns ni we no. He should not be any concept or prejudge and or prejudice. Now, if we say there is some wrongdoing, and because you do not have the power to determine whether or not there was wrongdoing, and answer there's no wrongdoing, and we petition a body, constitutional clothing with that authority to establish a determination on such matters.
Okay.
That is on point. Now, there have been so many candidates say for every year there's a court of public opinion, and I'm a Atiefo himself Brian Champon is a businessman and a politician. Atiefo himself Brian Champon owns, if Nsroma say, one of the biggest hotels in this country and on the continent of Africa, that nobody can dispute it. And Atiefo himself in company law, a business entity is different. It's an independent body from different from the owner. Now Brian Champon I follow due process. According to Senate and Kasa official statement or Modiaba, and this is not me saying it. Senate said of all the competitors nearby and NIPA 9, almost international competitive tendering process. Shortlisting of all the 9 mobile Brian and a strong technical and financial base. A proposals about any when they sat on the proposals. Review, share proposals, the financial position of all the companies I have been. Say Rock City and a Ejina and Niso. I am Manosa Aquanyana, Obetimi Ayajuma. Now the question is it because Brian Champon, Ayagan and Nintina, people seem to have problem with it? And I say, is it because you believe Brian Champon does not have what it takes? Rock City Hotel does not have.
Asked this question, and I mean, so me bisa question say, "Unyi say because oye politician na workers na you omo photo na senate so na can say why a government appointee?" And I mean, bisa conflict of interest and morality
yes,
and all that.
I know everybody can say that, but at the end of the day, you're the law and govern this country. If you're a Shemra Brian Champon company, Rock City, no. Enye bibia emremune ni nyina so anase onye bibi boni bia and they are fit for the adwuma na de mama kama asset record straight say ade bia besi bia no ade bia besi bia there's a precedent ye hwese ade na ye ka ho asem ebi esipen ebi si pen ade na ye and among ben was it against the law? What was the position of the law at that time? Ebi esipen yetimi diversify Ghana ni bia ho kwan so otimi bede. In any case, parliament, another issue okuja to black raising and say speaker and she said Brian is engaging in other profit-making enterprise and as a activity. The question is, I don't want to use the word hypocrisy. But if not out of hypocrisy, how many of these MPs now they don't own private businesses? Let's be honest. You see, sometimes we cannot take the people of this country for granted. We should not sit and assume say we Ghana Nibia, say Ghana Nibia, nimnyansa onkwa na onimnyansa. Okuja tabra kwa ewo businesses ewo kroma yenim. If he's going to say ye Brian Champon ye MP, the speaker enko investigating why he's involved in other profit making entity activity, then he is just showcasing hypocrisy, because even him Okuja tabra kwa on also ewo businesses in this country, and we know. At the end of the day, the MMGD say organized labor camp me no mo ya adwene organized labor call our mo ye ne say they need to halt it and investigate it further. I agree with them. George,
I ask you this last one. Would you say a legal asem no more can moral asem no more can say legally it may not be wrong. Intina no po say wade nyina ho kwan. Nso nyene nyina na tinema yen. And a law muno omo kan Bible mu wom. Na natural justice omo nka say Nyankopon give you Adam fair hearing. Intino morally no ye.
Sister your 5 laws and your rules in the world. The rule of ethics, the rule of convention, the rule of morality, the rule of law. The only out of the 5, the only rule I enforceable in court is the rule of law. The rule of law. Yeah, the mra and komoya ye the mra in your emotions so. You see, that is the problem we have as a people. As a mobile, we always allow our emotions to overcome our sense of judgment.
Let your party NPP look good in the eyes of the ordinary Ghanaian.
So if Rock City should step in, you know the current status of all these 4 hotels I am bodino.
Only one in any name.
Only must I am in.
Okay,
fine. Mini Ghana for I share and don't wanna end him. The current status. Oko Elmina Beach Resort. We know the current status. Oko Labadi. Oko Royal Palm, La Royal Palm Hotel, you know, Ridge Royal.
Palm Royal.
Yes, he named the status of these hotels. And then no, Brian Champon, the business a friend Rock City Hotel, no. I'm a young who say there is an efficient way of managing hotels. Nama hotel na Sajina. Maybe your staff.
Hold on. Brian established Rock City Hotel Dabe.
I don't really know the year, but I'm saying Che.
Okay. Hotels for your maboye establishing
it's been in the system for so many years now.
And the people have not and cannot and will not be able to manage these hotels that have been in existence before Rock City. But Rock City never ran. The manager never to me manage this hotel.
I mean, some sure. When businesses are there, when businesses are there, banks see a good bank give back once. They friend Noble Dream.
Yeah,
Noble Dream. No more branches, more offices, more banking hall. Now come banking or an office in a commercial bank.
Okay.
Everybody who is in Kumasi will testify to this.
Okay.
Noble Dream has physical ambience on buildings. Any locations of their banks, nobody
Noble Dream.
Yes, you will never say it's a bank where a bank and a but bank gui. At the end of the day,
Noble Dream never took commercial bank.
Yeah, but commercial bank.
It's okay.
So let me land in on a good note. At the end of the day, Senate and currently they are managing these facilities. They know the financial status of these facilities.
Okay.
So if Senate is say almost shares, they are floating 60% of their shares, and my tendering, my bidding at nine companies nearby. Out of 9, Rock City, and I demonstrated almost vibrant, robust technical and financial stability. There's nothing wrong with it. If anybody feels that something is wrong with it, there are institutions in this country are more authority to determine some of these matters.
Thank you. Yes, Peter.
I'm a parent fruit teacher. Yeah.
I say, "Wala,
follow for some time. Take correct you die pa. You prove her your mom honey again. When you we can was.
Na mo so adin crowd.
The school for ni bi aso dey no kwase. Na me madam ne busham the Apia Crown family omo hwe enti ye nchia omo.
Okay.
Sister ye. So what is MPP for? Kasa and same be say by ye corruption, conflict of interest, family and friends arrangement. Now omukobo NDC asem so pe no ma break Ghana for crew. No mo fani die ma Ghana for. Esan say yana me kase me as a student of politics yana me share the change of governance system. What inform citizens' choice say yenko sesa binds abri. Adie bakwa MPP for bon who de wuro di 2 foot rogu Ghana for ni pana ye corruption sane ama we bi mo ho ena nam sa yo so aye sesa ba ye mo meso na monye ne ye hwe ene corruption kata se abusua won cheni amamu no maye ne troka ni mi aye din ukasa no maye din patcho ene diem
am Ibrahim
ena mama Ghana for search for MPP ni a wo hwe me no pay o tie wa ne wira ho because enye sadie we na ye no MPP ni ye campaign de mam say na mo mesisi ni amayi sister yati very very imperative say ye koya nim in democracy no sadie we na was timamufo yemboa ye ho ene oman no na yen power politicians or muti say yem power masentoma
okay
said the be ya ye betimi akọ
so show it is mo your alternative
yes
enti na ya na MPP for no so njai so mo de mo ho compare mo because say nka ye mo si nchen no e na mo nsai mamu bi mu na nka ye different because o kasa na George said 2013 omo Ghana and a merchant bank e be than UNB me trawo say sa kasa yi omo ba ye ya omo kan ti aye wado mama ne na corruption ni nyina no muntumi improve sa na ya okay say this family and as this personality and nipa we are no ye minister we are talking about minister of state, we are talking about member of parliament okwa a public enterprise. Why na name Nsroma Ibrahim mama dada John
me ba be quote law bi na what the distinction between and common ye die no
he quoted law too
me ba nyabotre you see oko article 78 of our constitution clause 3 yenteni me read it na Ghana for ati ase a minister of state shall not hold any other office of profit or emolument, whether private or public, and whether directly, I mean, you can say, a business entity, blah, 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 whether directly or indirectly, unless
what's
otherwise,
saying?
But Article 78,
all right.
clause 3, permitted by the Speaker acting on the recommendations of a committee of Parliament on the grounds, and these are the two main grounds. Number one, that holding that office will not prejudice the work of a minister, and the B, which is very imperative, that no conflict of interest arises or would arise as a result of the minister holding that office. And come on, na Ghana for edina no pay. Senate, Ghana for eduma ye fuo. Eduma ye nyina said ye be ya dachi obi mmeka se ye kwahwe abafuo. Wu ye eduma no fa sika nsie ntino. Ye titu sika no mumu kaka bosume biane atibi ye de akosie bosume biane atibi enti sometimes adumayefo bi bo ho a wo mo bre mini aya sika no enso no but se ne da tinti na ne ma ene na busua ne na fofo beka se wa mo bre yie ni ti no wo mia bona boso ama ye tete ne sa sika kakra si emfanto ko na ho medie mu a ye mfanya ne mapa ebepoa no sa sika yi na sneti ekuo no omudi bi ye investment endo omudi ye investment no ana omasi hotels akese mako nsia samire senate so ombe so omoton hotel na Ghana bo mu die ni yo ye nya obi anton hotel na ma ne say a minister of state, a member of parliament, because when we read it is about minister of state. When you go to article 79 clause 2, article 79 clause 2 also talk about a member of parliament. And the number 1, we are Marashe Bedjomuni. Number 2, we are minister of state. Marane say, so we are minister of state. And Nick concept we are 79 clause 2.
Maybe checking if you
70. No, you can check
79 clause. A person shall not be appointed a deputy minister unless he is a member of parliament or is qualified to be elected as a member of parliament. Maybe I'm not 79.
No, 97. Make 78 clause 3.
97
98 clause 2. You do better checking 98 clause 2. 98 clause 2 is about member of parliament. And then 78 clause 3. And also so a minister of state. And tinimi enu nyina no yewura Brane Champon oye minister of state oye member of parliament for Abetifi. Samra we yobu samra no so. De to so bio e was a parliament and a speaker of parliament and a chere emma committee hwehwe mu say oh enam abc dintin wo betumi a won kwase wo be your private business enti anyama mienu wa ha o eni kwase wo minister of state mo your private business bia. Number 2 wo business na akwa eni kwase clause 3b no say conflict of interest. Conflict of interest no sabri aye kan say a minister of state and a senate so omukọ akoton Japade no ye koton Japade no e the minister of state, a member of parliament. This is the conflict of interest we are talking of. This is the corruption we are talking of. When the chronism na ye kan wasem no and you are okujeto ablakwa na minister no baby a wo bia and when you abotra ye san hwehwe mu nyina no se ebu Ghana fo Bible say ye wade nyina ho kwan banye ni nyina na fata ye you were kufuado ne ba omiama mu no enyama emfata ye nkwa no moye okuma
de senka ya farmer rock city anya de ma foreign investor kan de ye be ye okay ya
sister ya emra na ma moye program na mo se emra na sesai
emra na bada ben
emra na makoto ma wo no
2013 ni
enya ma kwesi mensa na meka based on the law minister of state
to say the na George kan no kremu Emrano so Ebeka say company or your legal personality.
And na Emrano sa state said directly or indirectly.
A Ghanaian company enye. But a foreign company also the Sekano Obesesano into
Ghana for NDC for organized labor. Omuni problem bia say either a Ghanaian company and now say a foreign company or you eligible to hold this. The year say a minister of state who owns this company. Emrano per article 78 clause 3. HSA etiamra.
Your problem say oye oswafo.
Oye oswafo. Oye mrashe bedwam ni. Emrani tia say ni kwasa sa mrashe bedwam ni no. Who hold this away impo say wo kwakoto state property. You don't have that right. And they toss you know. Senate honomono. This time I'm going to show you. When in the entire yes, Dr. John Ofori Tenkran, everyone of my ye have bosompem or safuma for dinner barber show. Said ye be yes, I dream catas, a project nabako because you have bosompem, dream about you have bosompem,
ye floaty shares, ye floaty crana, ye pay investors, we made the public, ye announce and ye say, once a dream is as a would
it may tell say, Senate Hona Casano, ye doctor no honomono, and ye dear Rosafo Mafo, senior advisor to president, Neba. And yet, then I got question to family and friends connection with the bow. Anna, ye quote Senate, ye dear Quakoma, a minister of state, irrespective of the process, never. Ye person, ye tongue, Japadia,
propaganda.
You see, ye quote Senate Japadia Makunsia, and hotels are Cassia. Yes, the Quakoma minister of state. The same minister of state no so Emrano 8 years as a minister of state obey only even private company private business impossible benya kukodro say a state enterprise yes ya kwakoton no some minister of state name kwakoton ma no irrespective of processes bia senate beka say o ma follow no there's a breach of the constitution here and no na never obuje to abrakwa eka wodi akwakoma strategy say grant who shall some we mo na we dey mu ohweram sa niam we ne yeka mo asema e de project keta se ebo mamu a ye fa kwati kwa so ye se o manager pade na sa nkoma we ne ye di a eya na me pese Ghana fronti asese it's not by NDC and MPP and you say you protect state property. It is all NDC no hwem, we MPP no hwem, we CPP ni, we minia tando, we political activists, we civil society group. Sa po ye ne katasise kankan we no. E no wo se na ye kabom ni etu ase.
Everybody na sa divestment of state assets efiti ase.
Oh, minia sa o ka se diversity anything na me ka se me as a student of politics me yes every stage we need to progress. Anything na sesa nhye, anything na sesa ban. And this at the end of the day ye ka proyane katasise kankan ye wo ye hunu won sam premprem ne pese ye go back there then as a man ye pese ye beku yanim enu nti ne sesa niama no enu nti ne sesa nhyehyɛ no enti ya sesa nhyehyɛ na mo de amoye kora etan ebon eye kankan emra ni pefe na da ho a kire se senate ebu mra so omo ne yewura bra na champon kwan omo fa so omo bu mra no so no we have to be bold enough yen kan kire omo se de mo ye yenye mo sai wo man no enye sansem we na mo ka kire ye ene professors awudu omunya ye we kufuado omu gidie e corruption ni ho ne amaniama no ene o man ye sense form
thank you Peter
o me ma no sie no mani age se sraj ama ye we okujeto ablakwa response on this issue so more receive and they are going to take steps accordingly and these are the things that you best say in state institutions are you want mumu gidie so mo betimi aboanya fight corruption and some be say no the constitutional provision is clear there's a clear breach here yamfa purple here and to say they be at least Ghana fo benya ye institutions mu igidie kakra na ye kwaya ne so wetre na kwaya farm ampa yaje o di aba ye behwehwem na de ne yankohu enhihye papa biara e ba sa Ghana fo nyam mu gidie but enyama we so ye nyama edi o mani nya wo
what you no analyze mami
I am a year who am Ghana. Sekoba say state enterprises. Nyuma and kese say are buying any only on behalf of the taxpayer. Say I agree say you better na savra and I say you better man for so mum no monhwe so at the expense of the taxpayer because nipa na wo ton come and a private person with a profit. Last year anyway ye kasa ya na obi send me ayibi say running mate no mo yidi no
sisi ya
ura na po na mbisa sa na ofa kofu ura na po no mo se mo yi no ebeba ensesa gise be sankra mo dia nipa no send me
anyanye public
but any public
ofa na ya
one my judge ya una ya national council of FPP
obi asem
judge for interest
and memory of funman bisa
oh yeah sure Dr. Bobefunzu wo
say no na yet had about 3 years champions into my friend and bisa say dey na because let me say last on the substantive issue
okay
let me make this point say whichever properties of Senator Morton Ghana na eto but that is not to say a right any government enterprise and any taxpayers enterprise beton I feel say it is only right so consult which is the taxpayers Senate may more contributing. I don't know the processes that Senate went through with the shareholders. Say omode to omonim. Say you to make it profit wo A, B, C, D hotels. Until you perceive handing over. Meaning.
I also sure say shareholders no organized labor can home. So we sure say organized labor where na kombeba be can say yenti ase ma momfa.
Exactly the case.
Sa hotels bocha scale fee say pension funds and at stake.
It means that they were not consulted. And on a person driver. Let me also say I will not lose sight of the fact that say business a friend is saying acumen it's any kind
so I say we brought for those
obi or t business I say wo to me a year number to me Brian a champ
teacher me that
say Brian champ free
solid.
I've seen what he has done in Abetifi or whatever and I know also say or person your project be wo voter no size is it the part of the voter baby near some airstrip woman that is what at least the first time we met and no ma odi egu akwema oh yeah but almost there the dangerous thing that ever happened to Ghana was the setting up of the diversity implementation committee
NDC if I can
and
George we still have two issues
by Owura Rawlings
okay
enti sister ya the edi yenya ne say bekom say nine bidders ni nyina no Owura Brian na wo hwe ne financial capacity na obetumi ato at the end of the day bekom na bia personal won fanto ho at the time you be hand over man we know of what happened to some country state owned enterprises who are for the list are there for a toy but they never paid a dime.
Among the toy.
By word of mouth, to say PDS,
they are not tired, yes, sir.
The powers belongs to them.
And you are buying money on your mind, dear.
Mammy, the Kume, oh, that be an example I have, but I would cite it as an example. Parents Dome, now you meet marketing board. Now, baby, I'm a Jolo last chance. Those days in the 70s, in the 80s, we used to walk to go and buy meat from there. And when they process the meat, or more the value addition, the people used to troop in there to buy. It was a very big place, and can buy a back on. Or more your mother so mission can and one of the biggest mall and can you processing meat what happened? Because of the diversity implementation system, or more ton. We call North Industrial Area, North Kanishiha, across the country. Industrial sites Nkrumah set it up one setting up we see factories no or more turning and the leaders amongst them are more and sorry. Young could be some calculation say why won't to tree or that blatant conflict of interest under Rollins or more yes DIC now or motun ton no man more and a year told you say in some country what is this condition today? You understand? And you may think say oh nipano or a business person will bet me at Daniel young Tomano at the end of the day be guru because in the interest no pay and yet the state interest. And don't forget this particular issue about SNED for hotels no and yet contributors monies our pension kwa kwaji ana nsema ba ho na me because of my interest in the Japadia document knowing very well so it is stated in there. You see, young from Fasa Frakadam, Amamu, and another Danko Kufuado, Eddie Aban. But why are we? And this is the largest opposition party have sat down for this man to perpetrate crime on the people of this country. Crime by selling and arrogating the property of this country to themselves. Oil field Omwafa, a friend is a gold sector Omwafa, a financial sector Omwafa. Every part of the system. What
have they taken?
On the clear financial sector, it was to allow Kenuforiates Bank to grow. As simple as that. Those are the facts. Read the Japadia document.
Oh, that propaganda material.
What you try propaganda
challenge Kakra say I would the bar and me challenge me say you better authenticate
propaganda material
from page to
Bishop me down me no fire on the casa.
Or memo idea you authenticated authenticated that when the government in power is in power. You don't authenticate anything. As we say, don't we know what is happening at the judiciary? Do I have to authenticate it? Don't we know what is happening in the security agencies? Do I have to authenticate it? The examples are there. People are posting pictures of into police service, so and so. Or maybe we try pictures at the trouble. Yeah, we are not recruiting people there. I am backing TUC 100%. Sure. Silos now Kwame Nkrumah see across the country. It was to ensure say your best store your cocoa. Now year money determine price no. The agenda, and if you read the files, Nkrumah was to construct tunnels from the cocoa growing area to a furnace Tema and one of the towns I will mention it to you. One of the towns na just a cocoa sector no. Yedi cocoa beans ndabe sheho. Na yakura. Na yan kase ya tonumra yepe. Atomic Energy Commission reactor no at the time Nkrumah was on ukwaji from Russia. Yedi chair yanto. And I consistently say Nkrumah was the most powerful president in the whole world. Nobody. JF Kennedy was even scared of Nkrumah. And it was JF Kennedy who was feeding Nkrumah with information about the CIA. Yes, Senator JF Kennedy no. Right? And Nkrumah had planned the system, Atomic Energy Commission. The reactor, they brought it from Russia. Ghana. Now the idea was to go into food studies, medicine, and space. Time when you two abano, Rollins Kropo, they say on your setting up diversity implementation committee. But the UP tradition never did so. They gave their things out freely. And if private taxpayer in car and Nkrumah ADSC factories near Horono, they just sold it to themselves, the UP tradition, and sold it to foreigners as well. Until reactor, no, America took it from Ghana, and they never paid a dime. By this time, Ghana would have been in space. It is as a result of Nsroma we are ya bada ya my power. Yan from yan to adi obi abeye so na bibi anke beboa omano me ya no pasa. How do you load 60% of the contributors property to an individual? So on manage. You see the one going to pay the
one say na state no de ontimi manage but ankrankraji a ontimi manage. Or at least say asan ye catch. In the sense say state no or managing some microphone at home. Private sector no so ba beto no. Any aliens no ko fa ba wo.
The same people.
So I didn't think a state in a manager na a problem, but a private sector manager is here no dear.
Because the state is not committed. The state is not committed to monitoring and evaluation. The state is not committed to giving quotas.
And yet, yeah, one crofon so I have found more so more yet the obobosu.
Yes, but I'm saying, say, if the state were committed, you monitor all these things. What's the target? We say, I want 20 tons of maybe maize from this farm every year. We want to farm, check, say, no, make a year now. And you
observe is over the years. Snits, nano say, Mbeka say, ne reserve say and share by 2032 obeko zero no na komoko some cause over the years as a snit edini jetiri ko she bibie mu a oboka.
Yes,
I didn't know ntimi managing in
you see a chronism. I remember very well say in 1990s so
okay
Giselle Estate as need to see
okay
they allocated it to themselves, the managers, to the point say in under Rollins no yeah, the Democrat Concord. In fact, my contact can be. Emma, interdictable.
Do you think that SSA workers now omu ena snits SSA omu dianu na ese omu appointed board and even director general and a president of the day?
That should
because
be the norm.
Organized labor ena snits ye omu dia in a way omu no omu ye the highest share.
Yes.
Now they in organized labor into me appointed administrator. You want to help?
Yeah, let me answer the question.
Help.
Yeah, my the composition of the Senate board. I be answer a question.
No, I ask a simple question.
A simple question I answer.
Snits, do you think Osha SSA yema organized labor power empenyufo a mo be hwe Senate so and answer yema president of the day
yeah adwumakuo bia no the board of directors and a war authority omo de yeden e approve ni yema ne ade. Now, when you
that is the ideal situation. But in practice, no. Say a private sector, yeah, Juma, but a government sector, see what makes me take it decision. Now the board has no idea.
It's serious. And no, they said they will go to prison. Yeah, yeah, can. And come on, you didn't know of me or family.
What's the Jimmy question?
No, me answer question. Yeah, Mr. Wanaramo. What's your meaning, Peter? Now, what's your fire? Almost say organized labor was not even aware of the transaction, which is not true. No, Smith cannot take this decision without the approval of the board. Diversify a business.
Mina mi busa say Osha na organized labor aware na and on say anything na so no because organized labor aware and better no ma better.
So I want to so that is the point I say. May establish
Osha organized labor
aware because yeah trade union okay Senate board composition now. Organized labor there were 4 reps on the board. Okay, me trust it. Me you need to be the Senate contributors in enko board so representation on they represent our interests. It is a board taking decision. It assumes that we are aware. What you say and
you confidently say that decision we board no take it.
Yes, now can you just let me add diversify akoton share of a company board will approve.
And I'm catch say be on my board no or but on share that new share when say any baba no so not director general not take decision no. Now it's like I'm just coming to inform you.
Yeah, this can never happen.
Yes, thank you.
Never happen.
So
the other record I'm organized labor was aware because of approval.
Once I say I hear my question.
You see,
I
say before a constitution. Because I'm not president with so much power to do whatever it is. Because this thing, we saw it coming. Say, yeah, you read a Japanese document, say you cannot authenticate. And we know how they had planned to plant some and yes, you can find the powerful. This same person, I have consistently said, say opposition be nipa, and no trust our Japanese document to spite MPP. Until I remember be the best prophet ever. We understand. The beer panel out. We saw it coming, but we didn't prevent it.
But I'm wondering, say, why they're planning mafia game work? You say now or bad documented
propaganda material.
Sister, as you sit there, I'm very sure say, business. Who be starting business? And son, who be business? you put in place your
no, it's no your business, but we kululu
these people took Ghana as their entity, their business.
How can you say this?
Thank you, Mami.
How come that the processes to list off 60% shares? No, the process started from 2018.
Yes.
Have you thought about it?
No.
Say 2018, no more shares here. They have the Japadia document was there long before 2018.
Yes.
Into everything that they have done, every sector of the economy, it is planned.
Thank
as
you.
Somebody's entity, and they have been able to execute it at the not the blind side, at the glare face of all of us.
Now, I wish you have an altar today, Japadia book and date of publishing. Petit Emmanuel says, I salute you, of fire. We must speak out the truth always. Bravo. Macon Golden says, all Ghanaians vote for JM. For a better future. You will not see this. Lilian Nana Abalati, there is no accountability of state ownership, so it failed. I see. Eric Yeboah Donko, oh my Ghana. And that's all he said. He's crying. Piaga, sister, I say no to noise makers party, NDC. I say. Theophilus, all kind. So if dollar is 15 cedis, if a dollar is to 15 cedis, it means only be neoko. And then Master Planner Junior Kintampo, Ghana can only develop when we keep NPP in power. We shouldn't make a mistake to vote for NDC again. If not, it will destroy this country. Macron Golden says, I'm watching you live from Paris. Tell all Ghanaians to vote for JM. And this is why Obana Obeka. Senor Fidel Castro or Senor Fidel Castro. Good morning, yeah. I hope all is well. Please tell the NPP man, Debbie, I can't tell him to stop until I want to hear your side. Why? Okay. Rauf Tahiri says, if he were in opposition, would he have gotten this opportunity to buy or whatever, to acquire those shares? Until Rauf no Obisa question. Then Honorable Harija Francis says, please let's look into the local produce goods too. Okay, Yati. Our third round, right? And your third round, yeah, you call Peter Pacho, third round, no. Me sure say campaign into ye fano say Dr. Baumiasi no 33 policies to his credit as vice president. Now Mampenda Mahaman so beka one policy or what to the credit as vice president then. Into you suggested my President Mills then on Mecca. Now President Mahama and so say former President Mahama say so no bar near appointees on be corrupt no. Only basabasa ruthlessly. Into let's just oppose the two. Yes, sir.
You are John Mahama demonstrating readiness.
Okay.
Now or Ghana for the political will or known as flag bearer or be a president. Now or the beboa ama ne nkomo aye dia a state capture. Manager padie na nkwam abemu mpanifo ne abusua ye sisa no nyafu ye de say boom left right center ye chew say ejapadie document no oma atemize no from page 1 to ene baby aye duru nyina ededa so saa ni nyina ba betwam eko edi saa de na yewura John Mahama kasa ono so be president ya nyame ya adom a wo mo a mo be yes corruption wo mo de wo be forofom bia oni wo bedi na obi biada owo yewura kufuado mamom isia say ade Ghanafo ade hiade kese pa woni omudi nkoma ndisi fo ye ba mo ba ye sramu o enkofo se de omosi edisika no enkofo se de omosi ayese oman no monchi omomaye mon prosecute oman omomaye yesi de waye bida ene ye friend den aye biafo
Okay.
Edi wa John Dramani Mahama. Eyo no na penso. Ena obi bo ni tirim se bi owonya $1 million ya. Wo beja politics. Ena yewura Mahama ka che se ye me nua ba me serew. Ebi anabon so ma be so wahwe. Endi sa tirim po we nti wo de etena ase. Na nye yewura Mahama de se ono ankasa ni gidi onya wo obi mu a wa pound no so o meye government appointee yi na di o. Na emum se de be ya yewura Mahama be ma perpoyo na sa keta asese ni enwurawura mu ntin ye na di ya ye hwe gida reporter e ba ye yewura Mahama aban ehwe ye ama ono ankasa na appointee ye prosecute no ama ko jail na nya ne fe na nya yewura Mahama de se ono ankasa obi a wanya ne mugidi a wa appoint no na o ma ya prosecute no na nya ndisi for de this America ye this ankomo we pe ni a sympathize with ye nuanu ma omo course ade no but ni nyina etre leadership style a yewura John Mahama oye pepa yewura Mahama wo se oboa me akon atia keta se no proye yewura Mahama retreat or reaffirm se Ghana for se mumunya me mugidi a ma ye bi pe me se kan no ebe ye sika nu fanu anya te se yewura Akufo-Addo de ya ono de wa ye corruption clearing agent keta se ye ba na wa clear keta se ya ba no wa clear ya ma me sisi adapa ayi aseme ba ye hwem na yewura Akufo-Addo throw love letter dear sisi adapa my lovely sisi adapa so ati ase at the end of the day no ade ye nhwehwemu ni yewura Akufo-Addo ka tell se minim se ho be ye son ene ye ka tell ye se abane atabiri Ghana for sika $11 million. This I am read the document name yam seseme auditor ayi January for the better abonten na me read ade na yes $11 million yetua for Paulugu project we dem dey am yam say me who read the document now or say final payment for the construction of the Paulugu irrigation project final payment not just a payment ni ye bi dada when last hour no so $11 million almost $12 million what they call Ghana titisika ni mu a almost 1.7 trillion ya kwahwe hono ma asase prada na sa Paulugu project na wahefa we ye final payment you payment na ye twamu no de no mo ni sika na ye nua no mo sa northern area hono mo no mo ni sa de we ba bebo wo mo
Obekan policy na kan bi na
na ma o sa mo tira o de ma ba wa na mo tira me tira o kwati we sa sika we mu nyina na akọ eje friends corruption ne kata je eno na ama sesi ya na o ma ni yegina ba bia yegina yentumi nkwa yanim 60,000 napco workers yentua omoka nurses for be 30 month salary yemfa ma omo allowance yemfa ma omo sika we mu ni nyina ye sika kwakodi nkofo wo bi mu ho ye tua $12 million e di ama Japan wo ma anya hwe ye si ye koye sky train $2 million akwakodu ba bi ye ti Chroma Sputnik V alaji phobia ba frankadam $2.4 million sika saye nko a e di era Mahama kire se Ghana fo enkofo wo ma ye yaboro o ma se ye japade enti ye ba me de me ho besi wo ni aboa ma ya gigi sankofo bia wadi o ma ni sika te se de ye ma me professor je na opokwadi makan obia wadi o ma ni sika bia wan famra kwanso bia na ye be make sure se we prosecute mo na ye raba wo mi ade sister yai die Ghana fo gidi o munya wo yewura Akufo-Addo ne ba wo miamu no 2016 no me as a graduate student president me twama me ni school for ne professors edi nkomo those times na professors ye campaign ma ba wo mia because of restoring the value of the city because of the economy entienda wo ma Ghana fo nse from any professors at the university me ankasa University of Ghana o ma ne ewu professors no they are highly disappointed because businesses ye no dollar to cedi ana 15.20 pesos
6 minutes up
no problem me ba
Dr. Bawumia says he has 33 policies to his credit. That is very laudable. But now I come here to say defeated the purpose, the mantra of I am the mate. Because with the 33 policies to his credit, it means that they have been implemented and worked upon. Until yes, one or two has been mentioned, which he keeps on mentioning. But you see, Dr. Baumia's campaign is becoming difficult because of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Now, we brought from the doors.
Dr. Baumia, Dr. Baumia, the campaign, yedin, and nam Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne yo enti. Young from Frakadam, Amamu was coming obia inti whatever no Krebia Dr. Baumia Bako Cow baby. They look at him and tag him with Nana Addo. Oh, the outcome, no matter how it makes sense, Kroponwa. Now, Omufi say, Moya Bako. And only the problem. And he said, Dr. Baumia and the campaign are the policies, 33 of them that is to his credit. Any those that he obey or drinks out, Baba Buagana. Say, Bekoye Aman was our campaign. And me say, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And so, Shane and Namon to 2 years with this few months are okay. And the people around him. Mr. Emma Ye Mbuye Ninguso. Dr. Baumia himself has been used by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Maybe I'm in pen over for baby.
Me patch me patch say. Owura Baumia nankasa no Nana Addo ayusu no. And office obetumi akoso ayusu no. Ama se obeweni aba but last me kan ha. Me hu Dr. Baumia say obi a obe very very dangerous in the positive manner say. Maka ohada. Se kobaso we ne presidency here. In my instinct, I feel say, and Kofobi obe do mo te say wodo sere no. And for that only, because obi wa yesi upia ohunfo a woto and that is how I see, and that is how I can connect to Dr. Baumia. But in no me ekoso nyina wa bemu ene dollar 15.1 etwema eko. At a point where we are not paying yentua international yeka yedio yentua yese yentuminti ya sonso ye ho kakra wo ma yemre. At a time even local debt yentua ya ye haircut no ho kono ba nyina ya gilo agum yentua enso dollar hwe ba bi yakodu enti businessmen omo mem ha die Dr. Baumia be kan bia sebe nyansa wo manka ebe boa Ghana no omo hwe ne tutu say yete ha yentua ye kampo da dollar kodu mpepeso adu na ye be hye asese ye tua ene die abamu nkrofo bi mu eye kwatio mu nti doc me die o team no anke kamenko a mo re-strategize na mo disassociate mo ho free and as a mo team ho free no ne ye bi mu a ye hu but ye ntumi fan to bia His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo oh yeah right Owura Mahama se oba obe prosecuting to form aye omodi dream ni ketas
okay
this ya the obe kan waka no and I want to pray and believe say o magana for sense from say ko ba ne say ye power no the say ye bi say won say anye bia no aban horo omo abaso motumi hold omo ye friend say omo appointees to accountable na ye ntumi pick back ko at least betumi akasa John Mahama what we are prosecuting the nkrofo ni bi Owura Bugapele kodem da bia the example papa fache but sebe ye ko asem no ye hu de e fa wo ho nti say e kan enka say bia ye target say bia what dream and say bia e broso but anya hwe kura no he suffered for his negligence or whatever it is right o man pankufo ba ye no he showed leadership say nkofo body dream and I say dream from ho obe prosecute omo ampampa nipa be say 9 years enum omo kodem Owura Kwampe Juliet Cotton Rice assemble say Juliet I think Juliet Cotton or prosecute some from never GMPC almost saga with rice plantation be one number Owura Kwampe Owura
Aveyime rice project
yes
Aveyime rice
I think so but okay. It was involved with a certain American lady called Juliet Cotton and I'm
trying to figure out that
before so to it omo ho bom no omo ni GMPC for no omo meji omo asem na yakodem you set up the fast track high court fast track court so akosi say I don't know how that particular court is operating now. Okay. Otherwise no me koso wo aban we mu no ye ni tria say dream pa be di o men emma enya daachi na nado o mpentie was say for evidence bra the evidence are glaring yehu as you can say there.
Thank you.
To the point that you are clearing people.
Oh no, Amos SL7 Kancho say Nsroma Cannery was not for the government, rather UAC owned it, and UAC sold all their properties to someone who was a Ghanaian or is a Ghanaian, not the government. And here George, would you Kofi Kapito say yeah no man until the 1 minute? Yeah, kindly ask NPP rep to mention or point to one government institution that the chairman wasn't appointed by the president. Yeah, please ask my question. I beg answer.
So the answer for him, and they say a matter of law. So see, I will change the legal framework. That is the situation now. If
let's go. Now 10:09, 10:15.
Thank you. Yeah, me that say. Let me put this on record. I want to put on record that the board of directors of Senator Organized Labor were 4 reps. Mr. John Senanu Amegashi. Amegashi, Mr. Joshua Ansan, Dr. Evans Agomeziku, and Mrs. Ivy Betonaso.
Joshua Ansan.
Yes, Dr.
Is it Joshua Ansan or Dr. Yauban Deputy Nana?
I don't really know, but this are
Organized TUC Secretary General no, or the Yauban and the Deputy Dr. Yauban. The Deputy, I know of one Joshua Ansan.
They are qualified to be on the board. So
until you are sure that
these are the 4
from
reps.
that 2018 because maybe at the Ubo be na 2018 no one na until let's be sure
board with the representation.
No the entire me bisa ono on say 2018 no e be na sa board ya Ubo mu di ene so mu na one nyom na
2018 was when the whole conversation started.
And say conversation started with board. Say we want to do this, they will deliberate on it.
Yeah, me time into me, so let me.
I am giving you the time because I yes, I will be the.
Yeah, as soon as.
Yeah, but say bemena. One will be the later. Nani pana say, hey, what will be the? That time no na minister about
say. Edi am about say currently no. Say edi for ya maboy no. Almost 7 on the board of Senate.
Okay. Are they part? Jai. Are they part of whatever procedure that's
the bone
going
of contention here is that the bone of contention here is that the person make the you know so they say. Organized labor at the Senate board so at any point in time more reps on that board so even if any company for Ukraine at any point in time they have 4 reps on that board so it's a decision be on take no it is never true and I'm putting on record and no corridor say organized labor is not aware and
no man court na ho akoye nhwa ye beton o mo shebere no
afi na ko that is the first point. Then the second point.
So why do you say bisa question unya no George? China ho me na me ma time.
Oma can send the blame me
I am giving you the time.
Eso sports for never.
The sports phobia my baby. Enti no organized labor reps for ni wo ho. Ena oma ton ana say ye ton they are in the process.
So far they've not established any wrongdoing in Biao baby. Complim say shraj.
Menka say obi aye but me say e no mo ton shares.
It means say
snake chefa e wo hotel so you keep quiet and you listen then you answer. Into organized labor for no reps no mo wo so. E no ma sin abre chire. E be ka say ye ntiase ma mo fa ye shebe just
but when you are serving on a board or a committee it could even be say at the discussion level no you may have your objections but the majority decision will hold and decision it take care it is binding on all the members of the board. So individually they may have their reservations.
So now what you say so they may be on the board but they didn't have their
reservation. But at the end of the day the bottom line is that there is no way maybe that is say the board will approve
your 6 minutes.
Thank you very much. Now I'm also putting on record.
Yes.
Mr. Ashefo me studio
ha you capital question
me Ghana phone dey come
mu de mu njai
me take studio ha me Ghana phone dey come Ghana phone na hwe me
yen so Ghana phone bi ja
me nua ba ya so Ghana phone eh ne dem me nua ba ya so Ghana na me taka studio say for the first time obi be catch us for the first time aban adwuma nie me nua ne kotu emra bi o say minister of state any who can say or your business the law and say the minister doesn't the law doesn't say minister of state should not own a business or say but rather no should not do other businesses. It doesn't mean so you cannot own a business.
Why not do note in the bill or check in
check it at the end yeah
78
na sebrano o koti
yeah yes I dey no to nchen
nyabotre the law no can dey the better full time no
they go to law
let me read you a house
I read you on so article 7 clause
78 clause 3
let's go.
I say a minister of state shall not hold any other office of profit or emolument whether private or public and whether directly or indirectly unless otherwise permitted by the speaker acting on the recommendations of a committee of parliament on the grounds.
Yeah, what's a brofo? Or do you first say
because you are your office is
the minister of intimate only business.
Come on.
What you say? It does not mean ultimate only business.
No, we are educated.
It is a matter of interpretation.
And the Supreme Court made it to be interpreted.
First office in your ministry now. On one side, on one side you cannot own. On the other side, when you are permitted by the speaker,
yes,
you can own.
Yes.
You understand?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Then again, it's also on record. Say yeti kruma ya. Minu ane kasano.
Ohami.
Minu ane kasano. Omaimu haya. Minu ane kasano. Wakuru yem papa dada, yem papa former president John Mahama as a surabo for konkron. Yeti kruma ya.
Omaimu.
Yeti omaimu haya. Yem boss site. A worth 5 billion. 5 billion oh. Yera Mahama tam ya na ode mani nua Ibrahim Mahama. 70% of it in total boss side deposit. No the ma nua. That has to be on record now for ebiem time na ye ton ye diversify merchant bank. There was a bank and it was South Africa from First Rand Bank. Almost offers on Ghana $91 million. Yera Mahama and they up at the man nua Ibrahim Mahama or the man company a fourth group or the man on $5 million from $91 million to $5 million. This is the person that you need person or no. A man a slab for ever studio ha. Done a phone short memory. Done a for kai. Yeah, they are no cotton chaya. Miniaba. No clear woman in the say. No clear a woman say.
Peter
Woman says minutes. Woman says minutes. Say, Yera Mahmoud Baumia actual challenge. Say, or any bia. Say, or any bia. Woman says good minutes. Say, or any bia on chair. Say, Yera Mahmoud Baumia actual challenge. And of course, Ghana Nibi or Shemi Biansunim say, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia for now vice president pen Wadi Ukruma. And your vice president you cannot change that fact. It's a fact. But the Papa John Dramani Mahama dear, Ghana for Konomo, what the vice president, that's how be the president. It was then was show biasi, and one was a bed in home. And Yera Mahmoud Baumia said, or 1 year, and a chance dear as vice president. And no Busagan and Yakola, you Becca say, Yera Baumia dictization on a debate, and then Okopota paperless system or Yera Baumia Sanwa Juma. And then, sir, Ubetimia phone no renew with national health insurance, and Yera Baumia Sanwa Juma. And then no guarantor system. Titano make up and work rapidly. Oko pay student loan. One ya guarantor unyebi. And then Yera Mahmoud Baumian Sanwa Juma says our guarantor system we ye for. And then DVLA said any names a DVLA system no na run it titano any difference room Yera Mahmoud Baumia. And then you need identification number. Ya wo Ghana ni akwala. Onya na yen identity no. Ghana ni bia say Yera Mahmoud Baumia and Sanwa Juma. Drones and then the drones here deliver medical equipment supplies na di nipa kwani ade ye nyina ti kroma ye say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Sanwa Juma yeah and Yera Mahmoud he go time media jade say and Yera Mahmoud Baumia actually prefer say ono na onam nyina no ka police so ko northern region or mention specifically or say oba obebua mayesi university ama Savannah region ending of east and Savannah region ending of east no kasa we na ye hyehyɛ ya ye ba benya satellite campus wo ho engineer say o twempo se Ghana fonto abama no we was say Parugu Dam no say northern region oba be the basket of food ama Africa northern region as I said that ho ye oba be sure say be mechanized farming ho et Parugu Dam oba na ya biem na ya irrigation ama northern region e tell about but you go be your policy
of 2 minutes let's go
on can share
better all the
who say this you mention policy akobra
Crobia, the echo swinging I won't. Mene one question mensa, Yemma number best sofa. Yendi you go so suffer, but only be a extraordinary. In the sense, say, a buying a year normal a year, now your best 3 years in a canon. Party for be defended a ban. You rightly said the while ago say, what could a year and punchy bear say in Numa? Would you try no spell say we nobody DC anyway right
but me party na in here my DC but na me party no adwuma me
by 10:20 major ho akọ
why you but this
mission so
special prosecutor someone
also been chairman
what should na wo distract you for no of course because opposite chairman chairman of
we be show dia say na wo di achia
ya po of we na dia chew
share mo fa chairman
onu why na
this is a massive bamchia share special prosecutor assemble abeto dwa ye say ye be yi na fi ho obi akotro petition ma che say o man we ye and his excellency na nado na nado o kan obi
enye de ye be yi no we na wan cover no ghost names any sika
ye didn't have petition so be that throw petition say ye fany special prosecutor enye owura Martina Medu enye ono obi a wo gu president we hu fi sanke ye kan sworn enemy sir. He should be your sworn enemy. And yes, I want to believe that there are a lot of petitions.
Sorry, thank you.
Oh, sister, I don't know.
Growth rate and a
10-20.
2014, our growth rate now 14%. As at 2023 December, the growth rate is 1.2%. It is done for many some records no nature. And the president, mama, vice president, any growth rate of 14%. And the year of Baumia, 1.2%. It's gonna for in 2020. Also, a more Trump card can see project can see on my Paulugudan. And the same person as I say, Motra Bamamia, Mayor Paulugudan, said your mama. I don't go that day. You were about me, I wouldn't to me, Jenny. You can't year, one fair to me. Who else before the report about to just say? Ghost names are Yaka, ghost names are no, and then your ghost name on ground. I have go schools to Zabaka. You work for the neighbor whom Yamam was on Kwana. You now go policy. Go schools, I say, Sukulu and you are. And so in records, no, your true school, this is a policy. Your true headmasters for a hawk. Ya try teacher for more hop and abosumi bia ye twa omoka you work for sikedi basa you work for more so gwan ya go
NDC Amanyoko no anai or NDC communication team member and George Krobia Asante NDP communication team member of our sanitano political analyst Madam Wasiano no paper sana meda azovog ase atade fefe a wode hyemi wani age ho kamfo a pacho kwazo o de friend no keke nyansa wo bekọ ni ho o friend no a obesort out 0244155266 about tinwini so dia Z Nails and Beauty the hair mama between friend 0553837 201 mede de ma me yakona nyame yadmo chena Adekye Nsroma besiamba nyame nhyira